let's look at some like terms here. So if you look 5x minus 7 minus 3x, what can we combine out of that? The x's. We have 5x minus 3x. 5 minus 3, of course, is 2. So we'd have 2x minus 7. Now you always want to make sure that your highest degree is first. So the 2x would go before the 7. That's proper form. Now here we can combine the a's with the a's. I see 1a plus 4a, that would be 5a. And then the b's, I have 3b minus 7b. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Cool. Can't combine a's with b's when you're adding or subtracting. All right, here we can combine our m's. 8m minus 7m is 1m, which we just write m. You have negative 4n, negative 8n is negative 12n. All right, so today we're going to start adding and subtracting polynomials. Poly means many, right? Nomials means, I don't know. So polynomials are just when you have just basically what we did up there. But the thing is, you can only add or subtract them if they have the exact same ending. They're going to be the same degree, which is like the exponents, the sum of the exponents of the variables. But you'll see, like, we can only do it if it's x squared with x squared, or x to the fourth with x to the fourth. Those are the only ones we're able to combine with addition. So what I think is helpful is to stack them in columns with their other like things here. 2x squared plus 3x minus 1 plus this stuff. I'm just going to bring this second set of parentheses underneath it. So I'm going to put the plus x squared under the other x squared. I have positive x, I'll put that under my plus 3x, and then I have my negative 3, I'll put that under my negative 1. Because now we have nice organized columns. So we're doing 2x squared plus 1x squared. 2 plus 1 is 3. Now you don't change the x squared at all. You keep it x squared. Right? If you have 2x squareds in your hand, I give you another one, you just have 3x squareds. You don't suddenly have 3x to the fourth. But the only way the exponent would change is if you're multiplying or dividing. So now we have 3x plus 1x is 4x. Negative 1 minus 3, or negative 1 plus negative 3 is negative 4. And that's it. So again, I think it's helpful if you stack them in the correct columns. So I have 2 here that I would like you to try out. Try that same thing. So, and then check back in 1 minute. So here, 7d squared plus 2d squared is 9d squared. 7d plus 3d is 10d. Over here, x squared, 1x squared plus 3x squared is 4x squared. 2x plus 1x is 3x, and then 5 plus 12 is 17. Awesome. Find the sum of this. Sum is addition. So we're doing the same thing. But again, stack them in the correct columns. The 2z squared I'm going to put under my other z squared. The negative 5, it's just regular negative 5. So I'm going to stack that under my regular negative 4. We're not adding any more z's to this. So we combine our like terms. 1z squared plus 2z squared is 3z squared. 5z plus 0z is still 5z. And then 4 plus negative 5, or 4 minus 5, is negative 1. So I think there's 4 here, and it's the same thing. Let's just do these together. Again, you practiced it on the last. It's the same thing. 4x plus 3x is 7x. 9y plus negative 5y, or minus 5y, is 4y. A squared plus 8a squared is 9a squared, right? Don't forget there's an invisible 1 there. 6a minus 8a, 6 minus 8 is negative 2. And then we just have the negative 4 there. All right, if we were to stack these ones, 2g squared and negative 3, so we have 6g squareds, just the negative 2g, and then 2 minus 3 is negative 1. All right, we'll stack the 2t under the other t's, we'll stack the 4 under the 5. Weird. All right, so we have negative 2t squared, we have 3t's, and then 4 plus 5 is 9. Now I believe we're going to get into subtraction. Yep. So here's the Mr. Plant recommendation for subtraction. I change it to addition, and then I make everything in the second set of parentheses the opposite. And that'll avoid us having to remember things like minus negative 10 really means plus 10. So if you change it right away, then that problem goes away. So the first set of parentheses doesn't change, it's just the stuff after the minus. So we're going to make this negative 3x. Well, let me rewrite this first one. So the negative 3x would go under the 10x, and it would be minus negative 12, so that would change it to plus 12. Again, make everything after that minus in the second parentheses, make it all the opposite. Now, it's just like the problems we were doing. So 5x squared, 10x minus 3x is 7x, and we have the plus 12. So let's try, how many do we have here? We have 3 down here. Let's do the third one together. Usually the third ones are the toughest. And then I'll have you try. So let's see. I'll put my minus 5w squared under my other w squared. It was minus negative 3, so that would turn to plus 3 here. And minus negative 7v turns to plus 7v. So 3w squared minus 5w squared. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. W squared. 8 plus 3 is 11. And v plus 7v is 8v. So this would be our final answer. Now that's the order they gave it to us in. If you were to put it in what's called standard form, your highest exponent would go first, which it is. But then the 8v would come before the 11. So eventually you're going to have to put it in that standard form. Today, as long as you're combining your like terms, we're good with that. So I have 2 here. I'd like you to try them, pause it, check back in, and see if we got the same things. Making both the opposite. This would go as 2a squared minus 5a. Make these all the opposite. Negative z squared plus the z minus 7. 9z squared plus 14z minus 2. That's it. The rest of this is just practice.